Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
My name is Evergreen Asantewaa, and as always, this show is proudly brought to you by Kiss Condoms GH. Speaking of which, have you tried the new Kiss Gel? Trust me, it's a game changer. Now let's talk money. Should finances be an open book in relationships, or your partner's money is none of your business? Well, we'll be finding out on this episode of the show. My guest is Abena and Fred K. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, Abena, you're back again. How are you doing? By the way, you're good.
I'm good. Yeah.
You came blondie this time around.
This is burgundy.
Oh, it's burgundy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Hey, the colors are not coloring. So this is giving burgundy.
Yeah.
It's giving rich auntie.
It is? Oh my God.
You know what I was like? It's giving Betty Uncle.
No. No.
I mean, we're talking.
Not Betty Uncle.
We're talking Kiss Condoms, so.
No, wait, you're not for friend first.
I'm not moved. Fred, you're lost.
No, you know, when you women hear of money, it's normal.
Okay.
Women become excited
I
when
like
they
it.
hear about
I
money.
like
So
it.
it's normal.
So you think that's why we're
Oh yeah, yeah.
excited.
They show us money, so
excited.
we're excited.
My cash.
No worries.
Hey.
No worries at all.
That is also a show.
My bosses are here, so for that, no worries.
We'll find out.
Sure.
Now, do you think that finances or salary, to be specific, should be something that maybe even if not marriage, when you're dating someone, should it be discussed? Let me take it from Fred, since he's saying that we are too happy about the whole money thing.
Well, I thought they always say ladies first, but as you are starting
On
with
my
me,
show, men first.
men first. Oh, okay, it's normal. It's a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
Depending on how you start the relationship, will determine whether you should make your salary known to your partner or not. So, for my first initial comment, I would say, depending on how you start the relationship.
So, what is your general perspective about disclosing your salary to be it your partner or your husband?
Well, thank you for this question. For me, it's always advisable to let your partner know the amount you are receiving at the end of every month.
That is
From
in
my
marriage
side.
Or
In marriage.
courtship? Okay.
But in courtship, it's not advisable. But in marriage, it's advisable because the two of you are going to live together in the same room. So you need to make everything visible so that you plan with what you both of you have. But for dating, you need to be skeptical. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you that when you're dating, I mean, you can be dating somebody for 10 years and you don't even know them. And it might not even end up in marriage. So in dating, I would not advise you to disclose your full salary or to even talk about your salary with your partner because you're not there yet. But the moment you guys would end up getting married. I mean, if not for the worst or all other things being equal, this is eternity for life till death do you part. And if you're going to be with somebody till the day you die, I think your salary is the least thing you could tell them because, like you said, you're doing everything together. I mean, you're planning your children, you're feeding your future home you're going to build if you've not already built it. So yeah, you need to let your partner know.
Okay.
It saves a lot of stress and all that. Yeah.
But with what you said in terms of the dating part, we'll say like any idea you have to do it at all, right? But I'm also thinking, one said there are a lot of people out there when they start a relationship with people. Sometimes maybe it comes up. Let's picture this: we are dating, and then maybe I get a new job, and then we discuss, Ejuma Fufuri, how is it going? And I say, maybe I'm part interview part. You are going for an interview to call and discussion. You go see saying salary. Maybe it comes up, and also how do you go about it?
So you could talk you could say your salary was good or not without mentioning the specific amount. I mean, you could say, as compared to my old job, this is twice the money or lesser. And it depends on the level of your relationship. I'm not saying that you should not disclose it to your partner at all. I am saying that till you're married to somebody, you're not too sure. But relationships are not black and white. Everybody has their story. I mean, there are some people I would say, oh, partner now will be salary. And goes carry Rachel. It's on the salary near day. I mean, you know the dynamics of your relationship. And when you're with an opportunist too, you know that we obedi. We minaka chene peno nemebu want to be. So you know the person you're with. And then you know if maybe it's advisable for you in a relationship to tell them or not.
So inclusion. You see, some mood date here, right? Bema spending more than Oba. And as a mood dating, so and yes, some fiti na mo shy ideas. Mood date here, and we don't have routine. Say, this time Saturdays we go to this place, Sunday we go to this place. So anytime the girl asks of something, you need to give, whether you have it or not. So when you are dating, Bema is spending more money than Oba, right? Yeah.
But let's talk about, I mean, it always starts from the courtship or relationship, or that's a dating, and some are called marriage. Until when you're dating somebody, say they are okay, you don't disclose at all. But at what point?
I never said
yeah, I mean, you made emphasis on the fact that depending on who you're dating and their behaviors. So does it just have to do with behavioral patterns, or at what particular stage in a relationship can you say okay, now I can feel free or go ahead to talk to my partner about my salaries?
I mean, if it's not behavioral and then you've seen your partner that is an opportunist and you still want to marry him, I mean, then you would have to disclose it. If you see that this man is not good for me or this woman is not good for me, and then you still think that I want to end up with this person, then that one there, what are we two amana? Two now bed them. So whether you like it or not, you would have to tell them because you're going to spend the rest of your life together. But like he said, in most relationships, I mean, not all of them, because there are some relationships that the woman earns more than the man. So that one, it is only natural that maybe he might not spend so, maybe he become a man is car, but he might not spend so much on me because major man jiska a chain. But say me or ban was catching a bemana. I mean, it is not normal. Say me name the most catching na major never be a fin by hook or crook. It don't make no sense. But when you're with this person and you can tell that, I don't think there is any other factor apart from behavioral that would hinder you from telling your partner your finances. Because obi ni suban eyesu na ye kan wasem. Se ni pakọ ni su ni ebia o partner no ntimi manage sika yi. Ebia o man sika na ade be che o se o mi koto ni wo ni oba bi ti how to mi man sika se ebia fa to o man wo be bo se o e dem mi bi online na me fe na me toy. Ana se mi hu atare bi na me toy. Wa wo check your ba we ni de ode we a. O be ba be ka o salary ache. Especially when unim say send an ibako wait here. The moment we who say I have more, they would demand more. Then there is the partner too that you know that we don't feel say me catch in scam we bit me to say, oh my love, why don't we acquire land? Because looking at your salary in the next 2 years, so who say we say to how bit me at land. Such a partner, it is nonsense if you don't tell them about your finances. Because you know that this person is good. This person will not say misika. So like I said, it is at the end of the day Subai never changes over can't misika so much in our country.
Ana ansana oba be kan sika chro. Na won e be ma wire. Right? In dating it's like the women are cautious about the type of communication they have with the guy, in the sense that she's trying to understand you. So in trying to understand, women are normally moved, for want of a better word, moved by the actions you do to the woman. So in dating, it depends on where you have reached in the dating. You know, there are some dating now, or they never call back 2 years, kissing, watching a kissing. Maybe you have the 2 years, when you're kissing now, only kissing, now, most time, you are. And also, it depends on your way. Na be ma oba na ka nisika semacho. So why you adwuma ya nisika oba sika sempa do so be ka. Sometimes I don't play a role pa. Sometimes they play a role.
Is
why you be na ka nisika
experience it?
Oh, say see ana say na mi so no.
Mi nim de ba e bi ato da.
Debbie.
Say who you be here permanent because
Debbie.
And then who you say
Just say what's
Debbie. No,
was that good?
to be honest, it hasn't happened to me before.
Okay.
Maybe I've been hearing from my friends.
Okay.
That's why.
But why would sex? Because of sex, I'll tell you my money. I'll tell you about my money.
But said to some extent, it can be possible. Yes.
When women get digmatized,
and aside even that, Moe, won't say even during intimacy times, no, it is known that people, or men especially, or women, they are able to manipulate men to do what they like, want, and
you can manipulate a man in the bedroom after he has orgasmed. You can't force him to implement what you said. That is why in the court of law, is not admissible there. It's true because in the court of law, it is believed that in that moment he wasn't thinking with his head. So, say, but I don't say obey.
That means that man is not a gentleman. Because as a gentleman, whenever you say something comes out from your mouth, no matter the situation you were in, the moment it comes out from your mouth, it means that the lady has satisfied you. So you must also fulfill your promise. So those who do that are not gentlemen.
And I will say, even with the money part, for instance, let's say when it is happening, right? That's my boyfriend and my husband catch him, so we did 5,000, we do more. At that moment, say you are vulnerable. Into whatever you say, it is the truth. No, but it's just that we trust them.
But make it make sense to me.
Into say you were lying and now you are taking 2,000. Am I supposed to believe?
Make it make sense to me how we're in the middle of sex and then we're talking about what is your salary. Like I don't get.
But people
where
have
in
conversations
the sex
during that time.
How? What kind of conversation in that time? Like what are you saying? Like and then like I mean no. What conversation?
We should make it make sense.
Unless if they end then work say oh hey and then they say because say $20,000 I know that obetimi shall boss of Oscar. But in the middle of the sex, I say, and you do 5,000, like a hundred means yes.
Okay, but I'm sure that someone out there watching us, if you are experiencing with that, this is a share. That's why experiencing anything like this in relation to salary, especially because that's the topic we are discussing. Let me know in the comment section why me because I'm personally a DM me what be out.
I mean, it will make sense and where we maybe a number could see about because or the same for no because like you do get it if after the sex.
It happens.
Then the hormones and everything are high. Then maybe you put your hand on the chest. You're like,
but I have a kiss shot.
Oh, that one I get. But say, say in the middle, you're talking about your salary.
Okay.
That's why it's always advisable that after sex you need to sleep. Otherwise, the things that you say.
Let's stop.
So that's why you have to sleep. Because
we are sorry.
Was it maybe an article? Like now is there we see the daddy.
And see, at what point in a relationship can you say now, let's combine our salaries so that we can think about our future? At what point?
I don't think you must necessarily combine. I mean, my salary will come in my account, yours will come in your account. I think you need to be true to each other. That marriage is not a joke. I mean, once you're like I quite say dada we about usika na dada ukna about I quite say udwane nyame wo she na say cause no matter what one can okre na e condemn ya mu nyina na mo be condemn so you don't necessarily have to join it, but if I know that you're taking 10,000 and I know that I'm taking 5,000 or 7,000 or let's say he's taking 10,000 and I'm taking 20,000, I know that me kunuji 10, me do 20. You see, I say yeah budget. So we are working within maybe 30K. We know that it is maybe a project. We are as I say maybe you turn in installments. Me do 20 or 10. We can agree that okay, every month meet me the maybe 3K about would give you 1.5. They will be making down payments, agreements, and you say you account when joining us. Yet if you're back home, I mean, you can do things together without necessarily joining.
Okay. Fred, will you combine?
For me, no. But when you get to know the amount. I'm starting from the dating point before I reach enter the marriage. You know, there are points that the love has developed into. Definitely, you've trusted each other. I know the amount. Not necessarily saying because amount, you know, sometimes we are the bonus be no bonus in the men. The men's salary now, salary no actually, but the bonus no. Bema, as a so can be a friend high life account.
Hey.
Bema, so there be high life. I know. I never more in nature.
Hey.
No, there are some money be a say no, you fan be fee. And they go account. I know the high life account. High life account, oh, why, and so call baby and the board then crack. Yes.
For solo dates and solo trips?
Yeah,
that's all you're to mean a high life.
Oh, you're better me on your high life account, and maybe on in now for. Because me sure so bar it's me share that I say, or Kotana baby, or no quan.
I do that.
I say, or Jenny. Just I don't want.
Yes,
because you also do that. Yes.
It calls for people approach you.
It depends on the place you go.
Yes.
And I'm a boy.
Definitely. Oh, kuno, unikuno. Say a lady to baby, unquas a year. People approach the lady, but as a man there, hardly said. Or Baba Bounce.
But when him say a man being so peer because they want to be approached.
Yes, I know aspects.
Okay, but I think that is what has created the impression that Obabi on Unquanti baby wants to.
Yes, exactly.
Makes sense.
And I told you so to or Jonas will be Jai warrior, and I said, watching Nikunu be or Jono, and this will be the bell was so a bit for.
But what if into Quancy, me and I'm person become baby, Namiko, and I know that I'm in love with you, and I know that I will never cheat on you.
That one is so that when they approach you, you have your mind.
Yeah, I know. I have my mind. Please, I'm married. Now, who can team musea out we whenever about it? I say, boys now. As a married woman, I can attest to the fact that I used to think that men have no self-respect. I have friends that will humanize for Africa. I have friends that will literally chase anything in skirts. They don't have standards. But when you are married, they would never. Like, it was when I got married, I realized that, men are not truly dogs like we always say. Because I had friends that used to chase me all the time. And then now, like, it's like there is this respect. Men don't really do that.
But
yes, most men show some.
They will still come after you when you are married. It's just that
I think there are fewer than the way women will date married men. A lot of men will not date. Usually, I just say that men are now and then they are cheating on their partners. But to get a single guy, I think it is quite rare because a man will be real now.
I said sugar mommy, sugar daddy, honest.
And I mean, once they say it's sika, but say a bar wire for like because you've come to a bar or you've come to a lounge and there's so many girls there. Single of all the girls.
No, it's not attraction. Anyway.
So like I was saying, when you get married, sometimes you being the man, you should not be delving deep into how much your lady takes a month, because when she does her work in the house and when she supports, that one becomes positive to you. But when she doesn't, I think you must be in a position that no matter what, if the lady doesn't bring something into the house, it will even help you. But when she adds up, it becomes positive to you. And then I don't think now the ladies of this generation will just sit down, look at you, for you, the man alone, to be struggling in the house like that. So you just leave the lady. If she tells you, fine. If she doesn't tell, don't.
But as a man, it's mandatory.
Yes, for the man, it's mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Because that was where I was about to go. Once I say uncle for baby, and I say men especially, that's the notion. They feel entitled, say, I'm the one supposed to be responsible for everything financial. But do you think that is really fair?
For that one,
is it fair to yourself having in mind, say, I am entitled to do this, to do that, to do that?
Yes, it's fair in the sense that, like I started, when the lady sees the struggle. Let's say you got married and chair, right? And now mo person mo your project. That time in cram me. Nti wetin ka say oba ka say obetim ni sika no aye fie ade na wo do sika no your project. And I say more car bia more shop bi eno mo chem. So when the sika no build this shop no up to this level, then the lady too will use the money to also take good care of the home before children comes in. So it depends. Now, but a man should be in a position that no matter what he does or he earns, it must be enough to cater for a home. Yeah, so that you will not bother your woman with sika or that kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to add that?
No, it's not like I wouldn't want to add that, but it's like a woman in every marriage, since time immemorial. It's not you and I that is going to change it. Man has their role, woman has their role. Woman's role is the home. That was the ideal one, and the man's role was providing. Now, times have changed and all that, but as much as times have changed, it is still in our subconscious that Oba and Eshifi. So as much as say no ka say oba na nka nchewa same way how I be man na wamboa ofiade ya, you can't go and complain because enya na said here oboa they are fine. He is not mandated to. That is the same way when you're married, your wife is not mandated to provide for the home, but say or decide say me sure say like he say me kunu bring na me na eboa brabon na me pese me boa fine. I think it all depends on the agreements, mobe fa ansana you enter your marriage. But ideally, a woman's money is not yours.
Your business.
It's not your business. Yeah. It's her money. Akumani odo, akumapani odo, and the money be boa. Yeah.
And now, since we've also tackled entitlement, what about expenses? Because earlier we made a point, say wage, you even said that, say husband 10,000, 20,000. So in such cases like that, because I'm earning more, am I expected to cover more of the expenses?
It depends on the kind of man you have. Obama Biani Senyote, I know men who would say that I do not care about your salary. My responsibility is to take care of you. The responsibility is to take care of the house. Opa 20 trillion. Obama said, what have you got? Impaswa empano nemo buswa on said that. Obedan chen akopim se ne beba because ose ono ne risk o dey na pants kro neto. On what ya say me hwe because me fiade ye menye. Ono what say ono ose ono oso no ye more treated into no. Aprawe ne den nkuko ose di grow ntwitwi. What like that is how when he was growing up no. What dey ahye ne team say me menye fiade. So he makes sure that ne funny one Ghana and to she will feel. And I what you know so I say, oh, me dear, me for Bob one. Na me so my boy. So yeah.
Na nya be ma said the answer or the do about Rochas. Boa keke. And be ma there so the do we na odo na go table so na o TV. No ba na be fa. In the floor be ma. Ba na be you chance. Uncle be you be tell this as a mirror where we or the so the mirror so.
That is for the man who does everything.
Yes. So in this case, I also experienced the same thing. And yet me na say na mission na say na mission no cry me my office mate be roommate na. Okay am say onim bibi e. And I'm so me say mission.
Office roommate.
Office roommate. Onim bibi e. And I'm assuming no, this time barrier no. And I
one barrier in our office one.
No, if you
office roommate in
there be okay no. Let me coffee na whilst my wife was cooking. Because just no, it said yam. Simple.
I did not know
I didn't know. Yes.
But you were not helping her with nothing.
No, I was helping her with the expenses, the electricity, the water,
like kitchen wise or like house chores.
No.
Now one if you are but not
maybe I was senior man, maybe I'm fancy for man. Uncle Hatta,
no, at least now he has learned.
Let's
not be hard on him.
time man na mo worry na wo nim hweye no. No say the sika ma.
Na be ofa ma me wo de boa fie.
Na ya onu de obo wo ne wasede na so de na wo ne ne de.
Na me nim ye. Nti eno sa.
Nti na ma so nim hata.
Oh, and the cat first for mammy. And
hata. To me for pexim.
Oh, that one I can do it.
What you
doing it?
Not there be a one time.
But
there be a mission deal.
Who's that?
No way. Who's that's why innocent.
Look at the way.
But I mean, it's good say he has admitted the situation.
But now what we said now we're
yeah. I am the same minimum BS.
Okay.
It is a personal imbra.
Tell me be that.
Hey.
Muko SS kwa mampra. Na me sikla. Most kana me. No, it's true. Na me amenim ye a pride them nim primary code is ya.
Miss me wo hay fever.
Yeah.
Me primary code be
So
see what with women, she be so no worry you. You think I me worry about na say me am allergies. It's get bend.
Obi ba be pride and tiesta.
Okay. I remember a man also said that also worry me na minimum aduane abeso so me for bi no abenu aduane. And so mo akro ya da ko te kwa no aka say me yoko ni aduane no.
Yeah.
Marriage, you see marriage you need to be matured when you get married. There are things that it should be between the two of you. No, even your parents shouldn't even hear certain things. That's why we develop mutual respect and understanding. So it develop as mo nyini wa ware no anti na maybe wa ya dia so odiko it should be between the two of you say about other party antim one and no ma ware no kra eye de sika sam bam na we ko hu we sika we say ama friction it can bring friction in the marriage sex kra mo nye great most other na odwene sika no say sika we kra so aduma me di ba ko pa say wa bread no ada skasam to me ma e ma sex enye de wa ware nti ja oba no na onyu su ne sika so do boy fia fine ofa mo fia be ma ne ye adwuma den ne fa boy fia.
But in reference to that, what happens when you find yourself in a situation like that? You man say ukunu sisi awa be hu say ukunu jiska more than you. And maybe a first no now what bad obuano. And as see now what disclose your chons wouldn't so more than when I was such and you'll be a sikana me de ban mean to him to see you cater for everything. And now this one is marriage. And our husband to say miss me yes because I shall see now the biba and so bad.
I think it wouldn't be fair if the man helps you with your responsibilities. Maybe as my by we can say yes in kind me pesi. Wo mempe esisie medie ni wudie ni wo se me hwe medie bi ma be hwa ma na so de on pese obehwie wudie ni bi ama me de America no wote ase if that man who be makro na all ka say e wo se wudu sika ba no if that man is the kind of man na o sorry na wo dware nkola na opra ana se wo pra wo dware nkola ana se bia wo si ne ma na oto ade some man has a right to tell you that hey madam wo ye den ya obegua cause oboa and oboa no wan ka se bra ne wa se de oji obo nga yi unye we mami ye we mami ye oji nko dia you owe that man a certain way but if that man doesn't lift a finger to say bray na so did you na say odi ni na be gwa kunye mu a wo se wo salary no e wo say still be ba bra and nke yi na nko fio but I don't know if you get where I am coming and you don't agree.
Yeah also you must have a budget
for the month.
For the month. So this is what we will spend in the month. And is it a way of say me go beyond my budget and I say I'm exceeding my budget and I'm below my budget? In marriage, say one project after the other. If you have baby be person o si dan o si bu akra no o si bu kuma. Obi also o si ba kopa na aka adventure. Until the two of you must understand. Say okay, you wait down here. Nya Canada, yenya adventure, yenko South Africa, yenko Dubai, yenya adventure. No ban to what's here. I don't think there will be chaos in the house. Yeah.
Now, and by the movie, you saw a day, and they asked someone day.
In what sense?
In the sense that Obo has still company.
Asantewaa. Let me say, I don't think he understood what you meant. But not just say, Oba na first mu worry. Ebia we obo ni sikasem kakra na fe de wo be ka salary a
che no so
sa ukra wo ji bebre kra chem no ka say afi de na me mwa obi ma wo kwa ya waka boni
Nkwa menye ni nyina ne na oje ne sika bo amenye ni nyina
sisi wo sika le ba be ka wo say wo de no surface no ni wo say eh say wo de kra bro me de 2 times 3 so wo de bro me de 2 times 3 I don't still me family ni bi mra
there is a limit that the man can go. The lady should not try to say but channel say me say salary the be account so me I can manage to add something to what we were doing. But don't try to stretch me too much. Try to stretch me too much. It will put a lot of stress. I mean, when a man is stressed, you know the consequences.
Stress, they want okay. Was said there, and never said it. It is I was said now. You say we see kebi account because first time me wow. I quite say be another first. You worry any me. You feel kakra. Me proud this obo me. Me we this obo me say in house help. Now catch me say me. You say in house help. It is here they are planning the man me amount me jaya. I don't know what stress me ana.
No.
Exactly.
If you if you your salary is plenty and I'm saying that then if
I see that you are making good use of the extra income that has come, I know there I will not be I will be always help. But Musa who you should know extravagantly there. And yeah, Musa your year be to salary. The next year better salary the maintain we na dinner.
No, I just want to say no. But so to say, why my budget for the month? So first, the next thing is can you this no budget? Maybe first, maybe yeah the 1,500.
Let's be more to say.
Everyone say the 1,500 and then issue fee. It's first now all the 1,000, but now the 500. That is for the month. If you your lights, you didn't need 1,500. Now 1,500 now me the 500, but now me say see Amira. Usike. So first now you 10k, see I would do 20k. It is see as 500 now me this also. It's a wedding. And tell them, my keeping music and my word.
I know the bad day.
And
that's
also about the high life account.
This is very high life. Becoming a very happy life.
But do you think this are some of the situations that should be able to end marriage?
Money would end marriage. You see, people will joke and say love is what. Forget it. Sikasembe to me winning marriage. Easily. Obi to me didn't kakana or new. What's it can money end? It will end it so. Money ends relationships with everything and anything. Your parents, your like money. It's a sika emoja. Sika they bet me. That is why sometimes as much as when you are in the butterfly stage and everything is going well, no, yeah, you must be logical a bit not to get swayed. Cause butterfly never come. So butterfly in Korea, and your friend you will see, and I will be. So as for money, it's a very serious thing. When you are going to get married, the counselor will tell you that have that financial conversation. Sometimes we take it for granted. Hey, so we send a year train plan a year call, son a year call, but what? There's this spirit with marriage. Said the moment a kawani beti munsano, I quite say now all of a sudden soon biaba. Now expectations have changed. First and I no, yenti sabium money
changes people.
It will change you. It will change you.
And then as you are growing, how you spend money changes.
Yeah.
You understand? Sometimes that taste and preferences change. When you are growing, you know, say, oh, first time in your scar, me the top back. First time in your scar, me the tom pabwa. But he said, pabwa no ne bag no, we did no my emre. That's where you invest the money. There are times that you need to invest the money, not necessarily say go back to how life was. And he said, if someone or bad to you are trying to invest now on tears here. Mu bonko kra enemrewa. Mu bonko kra enemrewa na mu mienu no akwa say spice up the marriage. Use what you have to spice up the marriage. Yes, money ni betimi ama ware enebo. Okay. Can you be brave from Abena side?
And what happens? And there's a question beside him. In situations where the woman is a highly successful woman. And wako worry no already or no when you be that will see company. Ebi a we juma alright, but we see can any shame. but this woman is still expecting say maybe I your relationship na me to be ma o scanning ade but see I worry but me o misika but me so me say when I be man you're entitled to do everything and also what happens
sorry I know woman or want be the dan I had the ketewa bi na ye de ema na energy because untimi ka say ni o won okoto extra thing ade ketewa bi na wasama wabo ho moden e wo fie because the scanner the best support and I say was abo ho moden because those warm sika sometimes ana you know mutena tactically one yen tactical or the sika cry obetimi aka no akasa rough from respect and so abeti e wo bedwam and those women you need to stay with them tactically
no but so business say obaro always catch on so still so when I be ma why we also be ma always catch on set the ground
only who dating there she's flourishing you but now no worry and I said don't me wo misika but when I be ma and in our traditional setting the man is entitled that's the mindset we all have
I'll do my best but the told be so me ka say misika na sa na my bomb modern ajo so dey kakra. To be honest with you, I'll do my best to help. I'm going to be a member why I wear some cigar. One guy saw you where you were born there.
But I think it is very unreasonable. Yeah. I think it is very
but you know people will do that.
No, you see, then we can say you've lied to the man. Because me no trim panano. Usuma any de we intina a man because any meeting me wabobra. It's some no trim plano. Me who say man no mwesi krum. Want to say warm. Maybe a girl I'm dating and somebody when and then me pay week 2,000 or champion week. Who won't me sir? Who will see you there? You are different. You are showering me with money, love, and all that. Now my where we are. Feel like catch me say where a bear meant to. Have you noticed what other bear man? You can what frauding? You have almost defrauded him because you made him feel like this is how it was going to be, and now you've changed. I think you can even on show any can't just say and it's major. But once and to quantities and getting in them,
but you know that there are women who they manipulate men with their money. To say in such situations you are making.
So the misika wire.
No, the misika wire. Until you compromise.
And then manipulate too. What do we say gay was can't na uja you to indomie na ukofalo because it wasn't manipulation. It's just na because a sugar daddy oh boy and a sugar daddy people no discover that one manipulate you. You want to now pay roses. You see, so now most of the men have become baby girls. They want the good marriages, they want the flowers, they want all that. So yeah, why nobody manipulated you, sir?
So in a nutshell, if your partner asks you to reveal your earnings basically to them, do you think it is more of personal privacy and I say a financial secrecy?
Partner, if we're dating, depending on where we are in our relationship, if we're going to get married, if someone to say a warrior, I think you need to disclose it because you need to plan your life. You can't. Life is not that you are going with the flow. You need to plan your life. So you must tell your partner if you are on the road to marriage or if you are married. It is a must. But say, yeah, I love you. Where did you eat for me? Else I'll get angry. You are not. You are not entitled to tell that nigga nothing. Yeah, some of have you eating? Oh, eat for me, or I'll get. I'll get angry. Why won't tell the animal say eat for me, or I'll get angry?
Why do you ask in the first place if you can't help? Because you know it is possible. So because we need more person.
So you see, if that relationship, don't tell him anything.
Okay, for me, like I said, I'll be ready to disclose mine. But if you don't want to disclose yours as a lady, I will prefer to do what is expected of me as a man.
All right. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having
your
us.
final words, advice, and then you can leave your socials too as well.
So my final words is don't take what we're saying here to go and change your relationship if it's not faulty. No marriage is the same. No relationship is the same. What worked for the goose in a relationship might not necessarily work for the gander. So if your relationship is going well in this moment, now say you want to go and show the man shaggy or you want to go and stop helping your man, say Omwa ufiadi enti me ka enti wo say omwa ufiadi enti na me so me fa me sika mba bi dabi. Ebia now naturally you don't mind doing all the house chores by yourself. Don't listen to what I am saying to go and change your relationship unless you feel like there is a need. But if there is no need, everybody should live their life, and you need to have that financial conversation before you get married. Don't enter anything with expectations or anything. Let it be black and white. Talk about it, and then you will not have issues in the future. Okay. And my social media handles is Abena Moe, Abena.Moe on Instagram and Abena Moe on all other platforms.
Okay. For me, my advice is to the young men. When you start dating, try as much as possible to go for the ones that you will go into marriage with. And in trying to do that, try to build mutual respect and understanding. After that, true love will show itself. And when you get into the marriage, right, try as much as possible to be a man. When you respect the woman in the house and you do your responsibilities as a man, the woman too, because of the mutual respect and understanding you have for each other, the woman too will help. But make sure you be the man that you are when you were dating, the same as when you get married.
Okay.
Thank you.
So basically, stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
If you are watching, you heard all the things that we've discussed. If you feel like you're okay with the kind of situationship or wherever you find yourself, please stay there in peace. Don't change it because you don't like violence. You don't want it. But if you feel like there's a need to inculcate any of the things discussed here in your life, that is absolutely fine. This has been the Kiss and Tell show. My name is Asantewaa. The show was brought to you by Kiss Condoms GH on all social media platforms. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. See you on the next episode.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.